Well, this is a little complicated, a little multi-layered. Be prepared for spoilers. I like spoilers. I like spoilers. I've gotten a lot of criticism for my spoilers. I like spoilers. And in another month or two, I'll be talking Big Brother of the Yin Yang. I leave the professionals to do the actual podcasting. They spend much, much, much more time with Big Brother than I do. I do watch the live feeds and stuff. But we are starting a new series today. Oh, by the way, this is the D. Louise book series. And I'm Christina, Kristina. I hope you're having a good day. I hope it's all sunny out there for you. I'm trying to learn sign language slowly. Um, so we're gonna work on reading our books here. I'm trying a few new signs. Yes, ma'am. Can I help you? My girl is here. My girl is here. So, anyways, we are starting a new series today because I tried to start Davenport's John Sanford's Lucas Davenport Praise series. And I have been told to not give up. And I will think about it. But I read the first book and I talked about it the other day. So please check out those videos. But I had a serious issue. Again, spoilers! Spoilers, huge spoilers! A huge issue with the main characters sleeping with two different women at the same time, and one of them pregnant with his child. And we may do Stuart Woods again too, Stone Barrington, but he was also a slut that would slept with everything, and I had a little issue with that. If they have a little bit of relationship or something, all right. But if a woman writes a book, then she has a relationship where she's seeing a guy who's become a. But with the men, I find that they're all sluts. They're all sleeping with everything. And they don't even have to have a reason. They can just find some chick on the street. And I don't like that. But anyway, so then when Lucas Davenport commits premeditated murder at the end of the book, I just had offense with that. My Eve Dallas would never do that. Even as much as she hated and despised the person, my Eve Dallas would not do that. And I'm pretty sure Lindsay, what's her name? Boxer wouldn't do it either with the Murder Club. And I'm also pretty sure that Tess Gerritsen Rizzoli wouldn't do it either. So I just had issues with it. So today we are starting a new series, or an old series, however you want to put it. And it's my Mr. Patterson again. And I had troubles trying to find the first book, so I actually had to buy the ebook. So there it is. Along Came a Spider. I actually, however, did find book 2. So we will be talking about that shortly. But this is the beginning of Alex Cross. Yes, ma'am. And she's always got to interfere. She's always got to ring during podcasts. Always. Oh, look, she turned off quickly. Usually she goes 12 rounds. So, this girl and this boy get kidnapped right out of their classroom. Some guy comes in and pretends to be Secret Service. Not their regular Secret Service. Doesn't anybody question anything? But makes the kids leave their protected, locked school building to get kidnapped by a guy who pretended to be a math teacher for years. Don't these people question anything? It just, there are so many holes in this story. It just, it's irritating as all life. The teacher should have requested ID, or should have wanted, where are the regular guys? The regular guys should be doing this. They have regular detail. Where's the regular detail? And there's something up with the regular detail too, which Patterson throws in a couple of twisties at the end. So there were very multi subplots. it's the bad guy in this book is worshiping uh, Charles Lindbergh, and we've all heard of that famous big kidnapping story many decades ago, and the baby was never found. So Maggie and Michael are kidnapped right out of school, and Alex is the chief of detectives, and he again gets promoted in the series. And well, first they're at a crime scene where two women get murdered, and I'm not exactly sure what I don't even know if they solved that crime or what that crime's got to do with anything. But so these people get murdered in their beds, and where's the thing? I wanted to talk about this because I have no clue what the hell's going on here. I hate that this is not a physical book. I like physical books. So at first, Alex and Samson, his partner, John Samson, and John Samson and Alex are their partners forever. And in a newer book, which we will eventually get to when we read down the whole line, was actually the first, and I was excited to get it, but I didn't want to read it. It's been a while since I've read the series, so I want to refresh myself with the series before I read. I want to read them in sequential order, so I can follow the character progression from book to book to book to book. And in the latest book, John Samson, the book is from his point of view. So I'm anxious to read that, but we got to get through the rest of these first. But I wanted to, Patterson, Alex Cross and Samson are investigating the murder of two women and a child. And it's a brutal, brutal murder. And it's a black woman, and Alex wants to take care of this. When he gets taken away to go handle the kidnapping of the two white kids, and he has an issue with it. And I want to read this one part because it really, yes, ma'am. I don't understand what the hell was going on. And it gets lost in translation. It doesn't. It happens again, but not like this. And then it's just left at the wayside. So I don't know what's going on. But it really bugged me because Alex and John are supposed to be investigating the kidnapping, right? Their boss pulled them off the murder to go work on the kidnapping, right? So Alex comes into work the next day, and his boss yells at him. And I hate that this is not a physical book. So let me back up here a little bit. So his boss pulls him off, and I don't understand. Murder to me, well, little kids. There's got to be people that specialize in kidnapping of little kids. There's got to be people that's their main job, because Alex's main job is finding murderers. But this guy that has it out for him says, "I know what you're thinking, Cross." He lowered his voice and spoke very close to my face. The odor of stale cigarettes billowed out at me. "You think I'm out to get you, but I'm not. I know you're a good cop. I know your heart's usually in the right place." "No, you don't know what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. 6 black people are dead. A crazed homicidal killer is out there. He's in heat. He's sharpening his eye teeth. Now 2 white kids have been kidnapped. And that's a horrible thing, but I'm already on this case." And his boss is like, "No, you're going to go do the other case." So there's a lot of strings and there's a lot of people involved. Usually, I usually keep a character listing. I make a spreadsheet. But in this case, I know who the key players are, and a lot of these people we won't see again. So I really wasn't. He does. Alex does meet Jesse Flanagan, and he has a little bit of relationship with her in the book. Alex is single with the two kids, and Nana Mama, his grandmother, and she takes care of the kids while he works. And so they have so Jesse Flanagan is the head of the FBI, the Secret Service detail. She was in charge of the guys that were watching the two kids at the school, who just happened to be taking a lunch break when the kids were kidnapped. Um, so the kids get kidnapped, and the evil guy puts them in coffins with oxygen tanks, and that doesn't go too well. But I'm trying to find this page because I really want to talk about it because I don't understand what the guy's problem is, and I hate that it's not a real book. Unless you're going on a trip and you can't really pack all those books for a trip, then a tablet is good. But if I'm gonna spend $10 on a book, I want a book. I want a book, not a computer. I want a physical book. So his boss comes at him the next day. So I found the page. I think I found it. What do you think? His boss comes into him. He's Chief of Detective George Pittman grabbed me and pulled me in there after I arrived. It was around 8 o'clock, too early for this. What do you think you're doing? He asked me. What are you up to, Cross? The room was really cramped, no place for two good-sized grown-up men to be. It wasn't your average toilet either. The floor was covered with William Morris rug. A designer chair sat in one corner. I thought I would get some coffee. Then I was going to sit in on the morning briefing, I said. Don't fuck around with me, he started to raise his fight. He says it twice. Oh, don't do that, I wanted to say to him. Don't make a big awful scene here, I thought. Lower your voice or I'm leaving, I said. Don't tell me to lower my voice. Who told you to go home last night? You and Samson. Who told you to go to his apartment? Well, excuse me, he's the kidnapper. So, of course, you're going to investigate the kidnapper's apartment and look for clues. I do not understand what his boss is telling him, that he should not be. You pulled him off the murder case to investigate the kidnapping, so he's looking over the kidnapper's apartment, and you're yelling at him for looking over the kidnapper's apartment? I don't get it. Don't. Who told you to go over to his apartment? Is this what it's all about? Is that why we're in here together? I asked. You bet it is. I'm running the investigation. That means if you want to tie your shoe, you talk to me first. Huh? They're detectives. They're following leads. They're investigating. I don't get it. I just don't. So, I don't know what this other page is. So, they investigate the kids, and that's like one of the two times that his boss gets in his face, and I really don't understand what's going on. He also develops a relationship with the FBI Jesse Flanagan lady, and the two Secret Service guys that were supposed to be guarding the kid but went out to breakfast during school hours when the kids were supposed to be protected in the classroom were also fired from their job. And we later find out that one of the kids was died accidentally. So Maggie Rose is the only one alive. Michael died, but we do not know what happened to Maggie Rose at this junction. And that's a surprise twist at the end. There are several people with multi-layered. There are some people that will appear as good guys, and they're got ulterior motives, and they may be possibly involved in the crime. They may also have their own motive in this crime. While the one person did this kidnapping and then took the kids and set them up in a supposedly secure place, apparently they weren't as secure as he thought they were, because the kids were kidnapped from the kidnapper. But like I said, before all this happened, the little boy dies, and several days later, he's found deceased in the river. But Maggie Rose is still unaccounted for most of the book, so I'll leave that as a surprise ending. But they do get a ransom demand to meet in Disneyland, and it's a little confusing because we know that the kidnapper is not in Florida, he's someplace else. So, but the FBI apparently don't know this. So they set up a sting in Disneyland where the kidnapper wants them to drop $10 million. And the guy approaches Alex, and Alex knows this is not the kidnapper. But he tells the FBI to leave him alone, to let them go. They get on a Cessna plane and they travel out of state. And then the guy tries to take off and leave Alex in the plane. Alex gets away. He breaks the plane's chair arm, and he goes after the guy. But this guy has no obvious connection to the bad guy Sanjay. No obvious connection at all to the other part of the case, and you have to read the book to find out what was up with that, because it really wasn't a part of that. It was a separate thing, Sina Carter. But then we discover my friend is going off again. Bing, 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 bing. Wow, she went for all 12. We got away easy earlier in the video. She didn't do any bings. So then they're chasing the bad guy, and he actually shoots up a McDonald's, and that's when they finally arrest him. And then he claims to be a split personality, and we go through all of that stuff, and we go to court. We have the trial. He gets sent to, everybody's got to testify, and but they're still looking for the kids. They can't find the kids. There's all this other investigation going on. Alex learns that some people are not who they seem to be. Some people have ulterior motives. Some people may not be good guys. They may be bad guys. And it just really gets very, very, very complicated and very, very multi-layered. It's a quick read. I did it in a couple of hours. So that was good. But it is very multi-layered. It does have several subplots going on. And you're not told about the subplots till later on in the book. So I won't spoil that for you, but I do like my spoilers. And I would like to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. If you're still here, please like and subscribe. I just recently passed over 200. Yay! Now only got 800 more to go. if I ever want to hit 1,000 by Christmas. I tried that last year and it didn't work. I was trying and begging and pleading for subscribers uh, for Christmas, and I couldn't even break 150. But we finally went from 170 to over 2. Yay! So please check it out. James Patterson's Along Came a Spider. Maybe you'll have better luck in finding a hardcover book or physical book. And we will move on to a physical book. Yay! Physical book! In the coming days. And don't forget, we're doing Victoria Thompson's Gaslight series because my boy Brian, we're learning some sign language, right? We're going to work hard and we're going to go to school and we're going to do stuff. And he's cute. He's a cute little boy. He's a boy. This is father and mother and girl or sister or brother and uncle and aunt. Aunt is down here. Ladies are down here. Men are up here. So we're trying really hard here. We're trying. So please hit the like and subscribe and let me know if you enjoyed the book or not. I took a gazillion notes. But it's a very multi-layered book. Very, very complex book. There's quite a few subplots. And while the kidnapper is bad guy number one, there's actually several more bad guys lurking right in front. You know, we have this, one of my authors says that if it appears on the page, then it's on stage. But if you're told about it, like, oh, something happened last week, that's off stage. Most of the action happens on stage, and well, except for the later stuff. There's some later stuff that you're told about that the bad guys did, and when they confess, they say what happened. So it is very multi-layered plot, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you are still on my views, and like and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Enjoy the book.